YouTube, what is going on? It's your boy Nicolo. You were watching my barber dreams. We're back for another one, haircut tutorial here. So my boy Evan Carroll, he's our newest barber at Main Street Barber. Doing really good, straight out of barber school. Definitely give him a follow. So we're gonna start right off here with the 3-guard. We're gonna start open, then eventually close it. This will be our base layer for the whole haircut. And we're gonna start our bald line here. And it's gonna be like a mid-drop fade. He wants to do a design on the other side. So we're gonna drop it. We're gonna follow his head shape here. You see me doing. Also, don't forget to follow me at Barber Dreams by Riggs for more cuts and content. Follow your boy, give him some love. So now we're gonna bald out this area completely, and then go back with the foil shavers. Get it nice and close. And then I'm going to line up the C cup here, kind of ensure that that's dark. I'm going to keep that C cup dark to kind of make it pop. Then we're going to start with our first guideline here, which is no blade, no guard blade all the way open. I'm going to go up about a 1/2 inch. I've been really trying to work on spreading my guidelines just to kind of spread the blend a little bit more, really get that like a really spreadable blurry fade, if that makes sense. Now I'm going to gradually close the blade and flick up until that line is all the way gone. So I'm constantly opening and closing my lever. So I'm closing the blade, going closer to the end of the guideline. I'm opening it as I go up. Hope that makes sense. And yes, make sure you spread your guideline, especially in the back of the head, because it's always coarser back there. So it's going to be a lot easier to take out if it's spread out more. Then if you need to, you can use the corner of your trimmer blade to take any remaining line out. We're going to skip right to our 1-guard here. I'm going to start with it open and then close it eventually. The system I'm going to do here is kind of a combo of fading down. It would also be considered guard skipping. You'll see here in a minute. So I'm putting the 1-guard guideline in here. Again, making that spread more in the back of his head. Spread that guideline out. So now I'm going to skip to the 2-guard. Now normally I would do the 2-guard open, close it, and then go straight to my 1.5 guard, kind of fade down from there. But in this instance, I kind of, like I said, I did like a guard skipping thing. So once I bring that 2 all around the head, kind of meet that with the base layer, because that 2 open will fade all the way into that 3-guard that we started out with, if you remember. Okay, I lied. So we're going to do the 1.5 guard like I said. So yes, we're fading down. So you had the 2-guard. Now the 1.5 open will fade right into that. And really get used to flicking up. Kind of using a scooping motion as you see me doing. I'm still using my corners, just kind of ensuring that I don't make another line. You're just ever so gently flicking up, fading up. Yeah, so this is what I meant. Instead of going to the 1-guard, I skipped to the 1/2 guard. Don't know if I intentionally meant to do that, but it works out in the end. So I'm going to use the 1/2 guard, and again, I'm using those corners, gradually closing that blade. Getting rid of any dark spots I see. So you want to go through your system as fast as you can, basically, and then go back in detail, because detailing is always the most important part of the haircut. I say that every time, and it's very, very important. So I'm working the back here. Now I jump up to my 1-guard, and that 1-guard open is going to fade right into that 1.5 guard that we left off with before. So you always want to fade up if you faded down, and vice versa. So that's called cross-checking, and that's going to ensure that all of your guards have met, they've blended together, and it's going to be a better fade. And just the more work, the more detail that you put into a cut, the better it's going to be, right? So why not get through your system fast and detail the rest of it? And again, I'm using those corners. Got no guard on, blade all the way open. I'm just ever so gently just flicking towards that line, flicking it out. So again, go back through your system. I faded down here, so then I'm going to fade up. So now I jumped right back to the half guard. You could already see it coming together. Yes, use the corners of the blade, prevent making another line. And I do want to note that his hair texture is a little bit harder than I thought to fade. I cut him one other time before, but for the cut that he wanted, the design that you're going to see, his hair texture is a little different, a little lighter than I thought. You know, it's not as thick and as gradient as this picture is. But us as barbers, it's our job to help our clients and coach them what haircut would be best for them and to make that look best possible for your client. So yes, I'm still detailing here. Like I said, that's half of the haircut. Going back through my system. And do make sure you're subscribed to the channel, hit the bell so you don't miss a video. Like I said in my last video, I've been slacking on these haircut tutorials. I'm really going to push myself to get out some more content for you guys. So comment down below a haircut that you would like to see. You know, maybe a crazy design, certain kind of fade or taper. Let me know. What do you guys want to see? So I'm going to soften up the ridge here with a little shear over comb. And that is the design that he showed me. So originally I had something else in mind for him, but he wasn't really with it, so he wanted to try this out. So of course I'm going to listen to my client and I'm going to give him the best possible design. Now I will say, I wish I would have stopped the design halfway through, right about after these couple lines. I'm happy how it turned out, but I wish that I would have, you know, not gone straight from the picture. To me, when you're a barber and you're doing designs, it's always best to freestyle, and I felt like I was going too much off of the picture, you know, for this. And he even said I could kind of do my own thing with it. But nonetheless, we're going to give him this design. And yes, you saw I flip my trimmers. You always want to flip your trimmers and make sure that that other side of that line is sharp too. What you do to one side, you have to do to the other, right? So right down there where I'm doing, I wish I would have just not included those two last lines there. I feel like it was too light, you know, for on the fade to not really make those to pop. Like I said, his hair texture was a little bit lighter, but it's all good. We're gonna make it work. You see how I'm flipping that trimmer blade, just getting that right angle. And sometimes, you know, you might need to adjust your eyes and kind of look at it from different angles and different lighting. You know, for the fade, designs, whatever it is, adjust your eyes. So he didn't want too much off the top, but I did say I wanted to add some texture for him and just kind of trim off the ends, just so he could get it to lay back. You know, he could slick it back if he wants. He could do kind of a messier look, kind of do a lot of things with his hair. So what I'm doing right here is a slithering technique. Great way to add some texture. You just want to damp your hair, your client's hair, so it's not pulling his hair too much. And I'm not closing the scissor fully. I'm just kind of running it through his hair, you know, just kind of notching the blade, if that makes sense. I'm just going to take off some of the ends of hair here. He had it pretty long in the back. With some shears that you guys love to use, you know, comment down below. I'm really getting into Hanzo Hattori. You know, I love Hanzo shears. Great quality Japanese steel, will last you a lifetime. These right here are craft shears. I got them from, I think, Sally Beauties. But let me know what you think and what shears you love to use. And yes, we are still detailing. I'm always going to go back, you know, even when I'm taking the picture at the end, I'll still go back in detail. You can never do too much, and your clients will notice that and they'll appreciate it. So right there, I just prepped his skin for this little color enhancement. I think it always looks better, especially on hair like his. You know, you don't want to do too much. The whole point is to keep it natural. So you can kind of see the difference there, how it got sharp. And yes, now I'm using the hot towel. I use a hot towel every single service. You know, your clients will appreciate it if you go the extra mile. That's what we do here. So now I'm just razoring them up. Make sure you stretch that skin, especially when you're doing a design right here. You want to just wiggle that blade ever so gently in that design, you know, really get it to pop. And what I've been doing lately, I've been dry shaving my lineups and designs, but then I'll use the shave gel on the neck. Especially if your client doesn't have too much sensitive skin, you could get away with it. You know, dry shaving just at the right angle. If you're a beginner, I wouldn't recommend you doing that. Always use a dry shave. But you know, for lineup designs, it's gonna make it pop more. You kind of skip that step of putting the shave gel on. And sometimes I'll even put some colored enhancement on the design, you know, kind of make some of those lines pop, which I think I did here. I didn't include it in the video just for time's sake. So like I said, I'll put some 245 shave gel right on his neck there. Get them all shaved up, man. And of course, I'm going to use the Campagna Molding Clay, my very own product from my brand, The Outfit, based around the Chicago mob and Al Capone. It's a natural dry clay with a very firm hold. It's going to give him great texture, but still enough movement in the day where he can move it around. It's not going to get too stiff on him. So once I blow dry this into his hair form, it's going to be laying right, the nice volume on his hair. And yes, of course, I go back in detail some more. So this is the before. My man was looking rough. Of course, I had to come through and save my man. So that is the final cut. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Comment down below if you're feeling the cut or what you want to see next. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell so you don't miss a video, and also follow me at Barber Dreams by Riggs for more cuts and content. And until the next time, we'll see you then.